Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I'm going to be placing some torches. I don't know if I've placed enough torches yet. Is this enough to stop mob spawning? I'm not entirely certain, but I do have some blank spots. I do have some areas where there aren't enough torches, and in today's stream, I'm going to be doing that. And hopefully this is the last time. I honestly thought this would be like a 1-2 hour live stream. I've got a video where I make a prediction about that, and I was very, very wrong apparently. So in today's video, I'm going to try and prove current me right, and I'm going to make a bunch of torches. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Hope you're looking forward to the live stream. And if you're not looking forward to the live stream, hope you're looking backwards to it at least, because that's a thing people definitely say. Also, wait, here's a thing. There's a skeleton horse on that hill. There's like a 1 in 10 chance it's a skeleton trap. So, because it's in the wrong area, in my opinion. It could have just walked from wherever it first spawned in. So we'll go close to that and see if it is one later, if you guys want me to. But for now, the thing that we do regardless if people want me to, because this live stream is on a roll. By the way, it's good to see you everyone, by the way. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. That sounds correct to me. I've had a really good Tuesday. Like for the longest time, I don't know, like I've been really trying to like here's the thing about YouTube, unlike a normal thing where like, oh yeah, every day you do something and every day it's worth the same amount. The cool thing about YouTube is every single day can be worth hugely different amounts in terms of like what value I actually produce in terms of what people like videos, but also in terms of like how much a video, like for instance, just put out a video that took me like 6 months to make, and it's doing way worse than a video that might have taken me 3 hours to make because, just hit people the wrong way, wrong YouTube algorithm, etc. My name is Jeff, still funny, am I right? Says Aloe does stuff. I mean, I'm not going to say yes or no. Instead, I'm just going to say thank you to Richard Evans. Aren't you already insane? I think you'll find that insane is actually a pejorative. Is insane a polite word to use? I don't know if it is, but the insane people can't tell me to stop because... is that rude? That probably is. Anyway, so yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to start by going through like areas by areas. I've got a lot of torches, and today I'm actually hopefully going to be finished. Hey again, hope you have a nice day. I hope I have a nice day too. My day's pretty much over, so like it would take like something catastrophic for me not to, but that's half the fun, right? Good coochie sounds like mine. Okay, that's a live stream chat message. But yeah, no, basically, the interesting thing about YouTube is like, really, this is a lot of, I would call it like anything in like the creative industry, but like really in any industry where you're not being paid for your time. There's this interesting thing where like, favorite mod on Minecraft. I don't really use any mods, so like Optifine, because it just makes the game better without changing it. I have a soft spot in my heart for Quark though, but there's this really interesting thing where, like some days, like I might as well have just not done something. And some days you can actually achieve negative results on YouTube. Like, if you put up a video people don't like, maybe like the one I just uploaded, that can have like more negative effects on the channel than positive ones. And on the one hand, that sounds terrifying. It sounds like this is like a complaint, right? But it's really cool that there are some days where it's like, this day meant more than a whole week combined. Because it's almost like, one of the things you can never do, if you're like a salaried person, every hour of your time is worth, $27.26. That's an amount people definitely get paid. But yeah, basically, if you're paid per hour, you make that much per hour, regardless of, what value you add or what things you do. It's kind of cool that like, oh yeah, some hours are worth 100 hours and some hours are worth 0 to me. Like that's cool to me. I like that. As wacky as it sounds. Because it means that, hey, thanks for you, Elizabeth Shook. Toycat, I'm so happy there's a stream today. Brings my day from a 2 out of 4 to a 4 out of 10. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Again, just because like, so I've been in like a little bit of a slump being like, why am I, what am I achieving here recently? And then like I had a really good day today. I've made some videos that I'm like really hyped for people to see. I'll give you like a little spoiler alert. Also, it's me, says Christian, the spookiest spook in the world. Good to see you. I mean, it's bonfire night, not Halloween. Oh, by the way, it's Skyforks night tonight. If you live in any Commonwealth country, that's the whole thing. What is the capital of Earth, the whole world? Oh, this is something I've seen a lot of debates for in like comment, because I referenced it in a recent 2Cat geography video. If you don't know, there's a channel I have for geography. Why? I don't know. But basically, I referenced like, so what is the capital of the world? And I think honestly, New York is the easiest. Like, it's not the single choice everyone agrees on, but it's the single biggest like choice because the UN headquarters is there, and it is a very big city with a huge international presence. I was gonna say presidents there. I mean, arguably, that's a thing. I can legit see his microphone, says Aussie Gamer. You're meant to see the microphone because I'm talking into it. If you can't see it, then it's further away. And, you know, I put it closer deliberately so you get better sound quality. But for you, now it's slightly further away. You like that? You like hearing me like I'm slightly further out? But, yeah, no, there's this, there's this fun thing to me that maybe it's not fun to some of you. But again, I like the idea that some days are worth more than others. Because then the goal can be try and have as many good days as possible, right? If every day is just a day, just a slow step on the treadmill towards your death, then that can get sad and depressing real fast. At least, you know, I imagine, right? Whereas, you know, if every day can be worth 4 days or 100 days or whatever, that's great. Thank you for making my day better, says Yachty. Thank you for the super chat. It means a lot more to me than you might expect from my kind of vague responses, because sometimes, you know, some super chats don't mean anything to me, but a nice one, that's good. A funny one, that's good. One where it's just like, I have a message that doesn't make any sense, and for some reason, you know, those ones are confusing. But a good one is great. Like, thank you, Caitlin C. Good to see you again in the live stream. So, Kat, your chat is concerning. I mean, if you think about it, all chat is concerning, and mine is just slightly more or less. Also, Toycat Tax via Streamlabs. Hey, thank you, Ogre Popka, for the £3.88. But yeah, I like it's kind of this way for anyone though, like in the rest of your life. Because if you think about the way, I don't know, let's pick fitness, and actually fitness is a bad example because I think if you exercise for 10 hours a day, you'll always be better off than someone who exercises for an hour a day. But I've always thought it's weird that, like, jobs, you know, working is the one thing where everyone accepts that just time is worth money. But, like, at a relationship, for instance, you wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, we spent 100 hours in the last week. Is that reasonable? That's pretty reasonable. We spent 100 hours together. It doesn't matter how good the 100 hours were. I'm still getting paid those love dollars, you know? Like, imagine there's a love currency as well as, like, a physical goods economic currency. You'd be like, no. It depends on, like, you know, if you're, you know, beating her up the whole time, if that's your, I mean, if you're both into it, whatever. But, like, if you're, you know, doing impolite things, if you're, you know, like, not enjoying yourselves, then that counts for nothing, right? So you should try to have 50 hours that are more meaningful than 100 hours. But, like, and it's the same with fitness. It's the same with learning a skill. But it's not true of work. And it's cool when it is true of work. Also, Toycat has yes, nothing else can be yes. It's true, there is nothing else that can register in the affirmative besides Toycat, I believe is just a fact. So this is what global warming looks like, says Panda Nitro. You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. That is basically true. I showed you my mic, please respond. Also, Torch It Up Boy, says Mary Jane. I showed you my mic, please respond. I don't know how to interpret that one right now. So the way I'll interpret that is you show me your Mikey, and your Mikey is your code word for something you'd like me to see. You know? Good friend, co-worker, colleague, those are the same things. I have given you 2.346 love, and you've only given me 2.327. If you think about it, people don't say it that way, but that's basically the way every relationship falls apart, right? Like, I feel like I've given you 17 love, and you've only given me about 11 back in the same time period. And I just feel like there's an accounting error. Because it's the same with money, right? Toycat is no, only no. If you don't account for money, you know, and this, like, if you just go like, oh yeah, I'll just pay for things and then I'll see if I can pay for rent at the end of the month or if I starve, then eventually you'll be like, but I had $1,000 and rent is only $100. How did I spend $950 on silly things I only buy insert things here? Because, you know, there's a calculation going on behind it. I don't know if love's actually like that. I don't know what love is, if I'm being honest with you. Like, is it don't hurt me no more? I'm pretty sure that's what Alexa will tell you if you ask her. Anyway, please say hello to my husband and my dog Rouge. Hello, husband and dog. Wait, is the dog? See, that's the thing. That's why you need a comma, I guess. Like, is the husband your dog, Rouge? I mean, if so, like, again, cool. Do you, Stompy Kitty Cat? But also, hello. If not, and if yes, then you know. Is that a thing we're going to be concerned about, chat? Give give us the thing. Are you allowed to be married to a dog? Is that okay? Or like, if I'm cool with that, is that not cool for me, right? Like, I'm not allowed to be cool with someone who murders someone. I can't be like, hey, you murdered someone and you haven't gone to prison yet. But, you know, that I think murder's okay as long as you pay the victim a $500 million or whatever, right? Like, that's a bad opinion. No. You've also legally no, morally yes. Wait, legally no, morally yes, or morally yes, legally no? You know, either way works, right? You just have to take your victories where you can have them, right? Is it crazy how showing sentences backwards shows backwards sentences showing how crazy it is? Oh, that's too much for me, Kyle Sudioski. Let's eat children. Let's eat children. Commas are important. I mean, like, you should also eat children, right? Think about it. We've got this source of people in our world that don't even do anything, you know? Also, help my soul, please. Toycat is yes. Toycat is yes. Thank you very much, Vanquisher. Or Vanquisher? Thank you very much, Vanquisher 203 for the $4.99 super chat. Also, the torches are looking pretty good, right? They're looking pretty damn good. Sometimes dogs are nicer than people. Sometimes. I don't know where that comes from. Like, when has a person ever been nicer than a dog? You know? Checkmate. Think you'll find that's not a thing that you can find. What does becoming a member do? It's a monthly subscription to the channel. You get access to a bunch of things. I won't force you to go through the whole thing for now. Because again, like, I always want to not go through that too much because, you know, someone's always going to be like, huh, it's interesting that you picked that question. Cannibalism is the solution to overpopulation and world hunger. Changed my mind. I mean, the way I see it, I'm not actually super pro-cannibalism. Controversial statement here. But, I mean, like, if someone wants to die that way, and if someone is hungry, then, you know, I feel like we've got a mutually beneficial solution working right there, right? It's how it seems to me, at least. So, sounds like a standard Toycat video for someone. Oh wait, it's Dr. Derp 854. I mean, yeah, depressingly close. I think you can probably work out by now, like, the way these survival streams go. What I want to do, actually, is because I think this is fun, I think we should keep doing the random miscellaneous, like, chill and talk streams. I think these are good. I think they're a good opportunity to discuss how, like, what the heck just showed up in the super chat there? Is that going to show up on screen? Kyla just gave $5 and the weirdest message I've ever seen. Winner, winner, human dinner. So thank you, NSM Ninja Shadow Ninja. Shadow Ninja NSM. We tried it. At least we aren't talking about looking eyeballs, says Elizabeth Shook. Oh, I have made... like, that's been the most controversial thing recently. Also, thank you very much, Kyla. If you saw it in the super chat, you saw what's going on there. But apparently there's new gifts or something you can use. How interesting. How interesting. 46 million turkeys are eaten in the United States each Thanksgiving. See, that seems like a large...
I'm work sick. I'm basically worthless today.
Hey, thank you, Ken at the Dump, for the £7.76 super chat. See, here's the thing about that, Ken at the Dump. So, I don't think you're worthless today. You know, partially because, you know, you gave me money on the internet, and therefore, you know, I like you slightly more than people who didn't give me money on the internet. But partially because...
Big Toycat tax for you in honor of finally catching one of your live streams, lol. Also, Toycat is yes.
Why would it say Toycat? Whatever, you know. Thank you very much. Toycat is in fact yes. So that is kind of crazy. When does this cause you lag? Says Jen and James. You can keep giving me money and see when it happens, but I assure you it won't work that way. But no, Ken at the Dump. Is it Ken in the Dump? I do want to say, I don't think you're worthless just because of just because you don't go to work. I think actually, if you're at a position where you get paid for your time off anyway, you're having exactly the same value of a day. Except today you can do whatever you want. You can get some love points in, you can get some fitness points in, you can get some make yourself feel like you don't want to die points in, you know? Like play some Minecraft and chill, watch a Toycat live stream. These are things you can totally do, which I think is wonderful. Also, to go back to the other one, it's I wonder how many people like are watching a Toycat stream for the first time each time. And it's cool to see like a super chat being like, hey, I really enjoy these not live, and it's cool to see it happen now. So try and influence it, prove that it's live. Also, what's your opinion on text-based games? Also, your Ice Islands are looking brilliant. Toycat taxes included. Thank you, DGE173. So text-based adventure games are something, like I played, I think it's Zork is the biggest one. It's a really cool concept for a game. If I was born in the 80s, I'd love them. It's just now it's like, what if games, but without the visuals? It's like, I don't know, what if you could have melons, but without the texture? And it's like, oh, without, next you just count the torches you placed. Now that would be a fun idea. That could definitely not ever go badly for me. But like, imagine if we had, I don't know, yeah, like melons, but with no texture. Or melons with just the texture and no taste. And it's like, you know, I like the texture of melons a little bit. I just also think it's better when you combine it with something else. Hey, Andy, I'm doing an experiment. I say how many times I can call you Andy till you kill me. I mean, the trick is you don't kill people because murder is illegal, as we've already discussed. What you do is you just slowly put them into the back of your mind until they vanish forever. But no, thank you, Alina Khan. Good to see you again. You have some award for being the most frequent chatter of some period of time, according to Nightbot. So take that for your hat. Licking eyeballs is good, by the way. Says kissing the nose is better. Says Isaac something. I totally agree. You know, licking the eyeballs is kind of just it's the opening move. You go later with the more detailed stuff. This man's head is full of watermelon juice. Wonderful. It totally is full of watermelon juice. It totally is. And you know what? I think that's the way that heads should be. There always should be some watermelon juice inside your head. Licking eyeballs is a self-care. Self-care. I wish I could lick my own eyeball. I'd probably have like some serious infection by now if I could, because I'd do it out of curiosity if it tasted good, and if it didn't taste good, I might do it out of curiosity anyway. What is your opinion on clowns? Please, this is urgent, says X Juicy Socks X. So, my honest opinion on clowns, you know, like I don't want to clown with you here at all, is I just don't know who finds clowns entertaining. Like I don't find them creepy. I just find it weird that so many people find employment as clowns when I've never found a clown entertaining, and I don't know a single person who's like, yeah, bring on the clowns. Like jesters back in medieval times, like they made jokes as well. Clowns are mostly silent though, right? So what's the deal with that? Okay, let's quickly stand on the torches, grab me a drink. It's a long stream. We've got some stuff to be doing. I'm going to St. Paul Mine Fair. I went there a couple of years ago, actually.
Does my self-worth go up with the amount I give you?
Hey, thank you, Ken at the Dump, for the £7.76 super chat. So I definitely have a strong financial interest in saying yes. Please give me all of the money. You know what, try that one again, and maybe again after that, and maybe again, and just, you know, we'll work out when your self-esteem maxes out. But I think the actual pro tip advice right here is that, you know, I have noticed you double as long. If this is a thing you value, that's great. But it's interesting when it comes to the idea of money and worth and stuff like that. Because I think it definitely is, especially for guys, like a thing you can tie up into your well-being, not your well-being, your sense of like value and stuff like that. Does that mean my value inflates though every time someone super chats? Is that something people want to see? Like the slow rise as Toycat goes from, oh yeah, I make videos sometimes, to like, oh, I'm a millionaire because people just gave me that many dollars, ironically. Can I tell this story again? This is, I'm always worried with like money stories of like, oh yeah, well, you know, if you act like money is too little, you know, that's D-bag move. Act like money is too much. Seems like you're humbly trying to do the opposite, and it's like, you know what, money is a thing that exists. Let's all agree on that. And then I can say, if you recall, as part of the ICE project, one of the things we did was a bunch of chopping down streams. And in those streams, like, I made a sarcastic comment about how I could be a thousandaire if 500 people give $2. And then people started doing it. And I was like, wow, my sarcasm is a much better moneymaker than, you know, my honest best efforts. 100,000-aire. I think... No, I'm not. I was going to be like, I think I'm 100,000-aire, but I don't actually... I think if you count, like, things I own, if you count this house around me, and then you also count all the items within it, I am 100,000-aire. Is that big or is that not? Is that normal? Is that cool? Am I flexing my wealth? Or am I showing my poorness? I don't know which one it is, really. All I know is that the world is vague and confusing. And that putting torches on the side of this is really, really tricky. 100% of people who eat a banana will die. Yeah, bananas are poisonous. Very, very, very lightly poisonous. And fun fact, everyone who's ever eaten a banana is going to die. Actually, here's the craziest thing. If you think about oxygen, eventually oxygen kills everyone. I don't know a single person who's breathed oxygen. Oh, sorry, I don't know a single person who died who hasn't breathed some oxygen. J-Reg collab. That's definitely how you say it, by the way. Dreegi. But no, honestly, I think it would be a cool idea. I think I asked him via a YouTube comment once. I was like, you know, apparently we have a similar thing here, but I don't know if it even makes sense. Like, you know, Minecraft plus politics. Although, you know, I've made enough videos on it now. I definitely... Toycat commits tax evasion. Toycat commits tax evasion. Oh, is that a reference to the Yoshi thing? How very nice. I wish I committed tax evasion in real life. You know what? Pro tip. One of the things about... you know, do we want to talk about finance all day today? I mean, we're doing it anyway, apparently. But, you know, there is this interesting thing about, like... Man, paying tax is, like, the worst feeling in the world. And you do it... I write, like, 2 massive 5-figure, like, checks to the government every year. It's like, you know, this is not a good feeling. This doesn't feel like I just bought a sports car. This feels like the opposite of that. We love finance. But, turn the entire ocean into lava, says Cosmic Roxy. I'm trying to turn the lava ocean in the Nether into nothing. So that's basically the same thing. If we get another way to put water in the Nether, I'll totally replace it with water. The new country called Torchland. Again, this is just what the world looks like after global warming. We're just going to have to accept that as a fact. Yes, I want to talk about money. I think everyone has to be interested in money on some level, right? That's one of the cool things about, or maybe a bad thing about society, is that, like, money is required to live in the world. And I thought for a long time, like, that's cruel, right? Isn't that just the worst thing? That, like, you're never really 100% in control. Because, you know, the debate as to what freedom even means always then has to... Did you get to the bottom of the new Coke you reviewed? The way down it did? I did. They were awful. Well, I mean, they just weren't worth finishing. I've got a little bit in this bowl right here as well. It's really good. It's like got a really, really woody flavor. Also, don't ask why I just drank Coke out of a skull bottle. Again, 3rd channel video, explains everything. If you haven't watched it, just something finance, you know? But, I just spent crap loads on new flooring. I've been putting off buying new flooring forever because, like, again, flooring isn't something you can get excited about, and I try not to spend money if I'm not excited about the thing. Or it's legally required and I'll be taken to prison if I don't. You know, those are the two. Oh, okay, is this a skeleton trap? Oh no, it's just a neat old skeleton horse with a crazy jump, jeez. So I'm gonna go put the skeleton horse on top of that, I think. Or maybe just on top of those. Oh, I definitely need to put this on top of something. Oh, maybe on top of the bamboo is a great idea. Yeah, I think that's golden. We're gonna place some scaffolding or something. And then we're gonna get the skeleton horse on top of the bamboo. Because if that's not a great idea, I don't know what is. And then we'll chop down this one, and then it can grow back. Also, Toycat has no. Good night. I love you, says Remember the Pebble. Thank you for the Bulgarian levs. Do appreciate it. Is this working? This is working. Up here. Okay. Let's do this. Just because we need to keep him in a place where it's... Oh, gosh. Okay, that was... Did we just break one of the bamboos? Huh, I think we did. So we'll get off. And then we'll break this. And then we'll see if the skeleton horse stays there. Well, that was a... that was a thing we did. That was a wonderful thing we did. Also, yeah, the, huh. Do you think I can ride the horse from down here? Wait. No, I have to, like, jump on something. But yeah, interesting fun. So let's, go to sleep for the night. Actually, you know, we're torching up a desert. Maybe it makes more sense if we don't go to sleep for the night. Yeah, you know, I see that logic. let's not sleep. No, let's sleep. I don't like all the mobs spawning everywhere. There's something about it that just inherently bothers me. So, yeah, so the interesting thing about, like, money I've always thought is that you kind of need to not participate in the system, but you need to have enough money to survive what most people would call a comfortable life, right? And on the surface, that seems like wildly uncruel. And it's taken me a long time to think of it as not just being this great, like, yeah, WTF, man. But it kind of makes sense on a different level to me. Because I don't know, what I think there should be. I've always, this is my genius business idea, or not business idea, because you won't make any money. But there should be like a place where you can just like own a plot of land, like go, you know, live the Minecraft lifestyle. Chop down some trees so you get some charcoal, so you can make some torches or whatever you want to do. You should be able to, you know, build your own house if you really want to, because there should be like, again, tree wood available for everyone. I think I really like that. Have you fixed the museums? There's amazing dingus. I haven't. I've just made another mistake, very big, next to it. I hate charged creepers. I made too many of them, and you know what? I'm paying the price now. I'm paying the price. But yeah, someone just keeps chatting over and over again. Toy Cat, your live chat is interesting. Thank you. How kind of you to say. But also it's a bit weird. I don't know, anyone who like spams the same comment after I've read it out is like, they blow my mind. Like, are you listening to what I'm saying? Are you deaf? Am I deaf? You think oxygen is free? But no, yeah, I find there'd be some interesting stuff in the fact of like, oh yeah, if you just want to have your own little house space, your own little this, you need a certain amount of money. To get that amount of money, you have to do something for someone else, right? Like, let's keep things simple and just say something, work at generic company A for 30 hours a week until you have enough money to pay what is the rent. But if you want to live in a house, you probably also want electricity to fuel your electronics, etc. And it's like, well, you need a certain amount of money for that. You need all these different things. And it seems like, oh, the necessities, the fundamentals of the world just kind of cost money in that way. Also, what is your least favorite mob? Least favorite in the whole game? I hate skeletons, but they're just really annoying. I hate the fact that, like, I don't know, polar bears exist because they're just a worthless mob. But you know, is that the same thing? I'd argue it's kind of not. You can probably buy an eye to lick on the black market. On the black market, you can buy anything, because by definition, the black market is non-legal things. I have seen for sale, I won't say where or when, or if I bought one. No, I will say I didn't buy one. Very much want to clarify, did not buy any of the things I'm just talking about. But you can buy guns in the UK, and that was shocking. Like, wow, without even a license too. You just need a certain amount of money, and you can have anything. But again, a part of me likes that, you know, because like 99. Let's not say guns, because guns are a divisive topic right now. Let's say like, what's a thing that's illegal? Chat, tell me something that's illegal in your country, and I'll tell you why it should be illegal, but not all the time. And then that's why we need a black market, clearly. Also, I was waiting for you to say phantoms are your least favorite. I do hate phantoms, but I sleep every 3 nights or so they just don't show up. Kinder eggs. Tofu. Tofu's illegal in your country? Oh, I'm concerned for you. Those Kinder egg things. I find it hilarious that Kinder eggs are illegal in America. Like, you know, one of us has, you know, firearms illegal. One of us has Kinder eggs illegal. Who knows who made the better choice there? But, criticizing the government. Okay, criticizing the government, right? Here's a hot take for you. This isn't actually my belief, but I can take the opposite belief anyone wants me to take, because that's just my thing. I think, actually, countries where you can't criticize the government are probably happier countries until they're not. Which sounds like, what do you mean there, Toy Cat? Imagine, I'm gonna pick a nice controversial one. Nobody in this chat, statistically speaking, well, very few people, you know, statistically speaking, like current US president. I don't know what his or her name is. You know, we're not going to mention the name. We're just going to say there is someone who is in the White House and he or her is not very liked. You know, that's a thing people are aware of, right? See, we're not going to invoke, anger or politics talk. We're just going to say, but if you couldn't criticize them and all you would hear is non-stop positive things, you would be more compelled to believe them. Whereas right now, all you hear, no doubt, if you do not like current man or woman in position of power, all you hear right now is all the negative things. There is something that you agree with that has been done in the last 3 years. Like, statistically speaking, it would be insane if that wasn't true. And if your favorite person in the world gets in, there's something they do that you'll disagree with, because it's almost impossible, unless you just like the idea of agreeing with a certain set of things. You probably find things you agree and disagree with. And if you heard good things all the time, you'd start to associate that and be like, wow, things are really good here. Then when the next person gets in that you like, you'd be like, wow, things are amazing here. Whereas the way it works right now is like, you pick a side, and then when your side's doing good, you're like, things are going well. I'm going to ignore the reality. And then when the other side's in power, it's like, everything's terrible, it's on fire, this, that. And yeah, so criticizing the government in moderate, like, you need to be able to criticize the government, but if you made it like a little illegal, you know, like on the surface illegal, like how drugs are illegal, but also you can buy them everywhere. There you go. There's Toy Cat's Toy Cat's hot take of the week. You should be able to murder people with enough money. And also criticizing the government. Why not make it illegal? Why not, you know? Why did you dig up your entire desert? Partly for sand, and partly because I was annoyed that it wasn't a desert anymore. Someone needs to check the actual polls, because everyone gets at least tepid support. Yeah, it's a thing, right? Like, everyone, no matter who you are, someone's gonna agree with your ideas, because that's the nature of humans. The master of being, like, a politician, of being in government, is of trying to match as many people's ideas at once as you can. Wait, there's a quote on this, right? You can please some of the people all of the time, or all of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all of the time, or something like that. It's one of the famous ex-presidents, I think. And that's the whole point of it's the whole point of democracy, right? But we're not here to talk about democracy, or are we? You know, is democracy a fair system? You know, some people might say that it is. You know, are we talking about democracy on a Minecraft live stream? I mean, democratically, you could tell me to stop, but maybe I ignore that result. Maybe on the Toy Cat streams, we enforce the whole you can't speak ill of the government thing. And guess who's the government? It's your boy. I actually do think this is a great example of, like, a system of governance, right? It's not government, necessarily. The money for the person you kill should go to you. So if you kill someone, you get to keep their money. Now that seems like a great system. Hi Toy Cat, what would you do if he is, but then you okay? Hi Toy Cat, what would you do if he is, but then you okay? Says Feetmaster09, by the way. Jesus Christ. You know, should have read the name first and then ignore the comment. But yeah, I guess in Tennessee, putting ice cream in your back pocket is illegal. I mean, that should be illegal on a sensitive thing. But, like, we have, like, a system of governance for this chat. Like, the way we decide what you can and cannot do. There are things you can type in the chat right now that will get you banned. Kyla's here moderating, right? We've got, let's see who else is going on here. But, like, there are things that can get you banned. Even if that all fails, even if there's no moderators, I am here too, right? I can ban you if you say certain things. I can time you out. I can remove your messages. There are all sorts of different tools that are in place, and it's not democratic in the slightest. You can tell me to unban someone. You know what I'm gonna do? Nah. You can tell me, like, hey Toy Cat, I think banning people just for saying, what's our most ridiculous rule? I don't actually know, but we've probably got a ridiculous rule somewhere in here. But what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You can't, and that might sound like, wow, Toy Cat, that's so horrific, but it's not actually necessarily. Also, Toy Cat 2020, Toy Cat 2020, not a democracy, and what are you gonna do about it? That's my campaign slogan. No, the one thing, I think I've got, like, one belief I think is, like, cool. I wouldn't even, like, I think I actually agree with all the negatives more than the positives. I like the positive idea more than I like the negatives, which is rare that you can find many things for, right? Also, let's grab some more charcoal. We are slowly running out of it. Wait, where did my... Oh, I guess it already smelted. Huh. By the way, thank you very much, the Blosa. Appreciate your super chat. Almost got me, but now I've got your $1.99, and you've got nothing. So, how's that feel for you, buddy? No, yeah, I made the Nick, and then a word that is not Nick mistake once, but I shall not make it again. Twerking on trees is naked. Well, naked is illegal here. I love you, says a literal ape. That is a weird rule. That can't be true. That can't be a specific rule about twerking in trees.
Does this government accept bribes?
We totally do, right? That's the funny thing. Okay, so this is a system of, like, what we do in this chat is a system of, you know, there is a system of ruling and rules and punishments and benefits, right? And there is literally everything that would be terrible in a country, everything that could corrupt a country is done here. Even bribes. That person bribed me and I read out their message. What are the odds I'd read it otherwise? I don't know for sure. 1 in like 20, 1 in 30. They bumped that up to a 1 in 1. Or, you know, 99% chance that I read their message. And on the surface that sounds like, but, so it's not a democracy. You can be, you know, like banned without any, you know, say like, this sounds terrible. But I think it's not. Again, so the reason that in a country that you're forced to live in, you want a certain set of rules, is because you can't avoid it. Here, your membership is kind of your biggest, you know, like, you know, some people are literal channel members, they give a monthly fee, but you participating is the biggest thing you can choose to do or not to do. 700, roughly a few, wait, what's the number? 832, apparently right now, roughly a few, have decided, yeah, I'll stick around with this man's insane ramblings. And I appreciate that, by the way. So, Kat, would you date yourself? If I would date female me in a heartbeat, like, think about it. She's a gamer girl. She's got the same interests as me. We would get along pretty well. She likes Minecraft. We can make a Minecraft house, and we won't even have to break up a week later or whatever. It'll be great. But, yeah, even though, because you're, like, the biggest power you have here is if you leave the stream. Like, if you're like, oh no, I don't like that toy cat, that's cool. You have some effect over me in that way. But then also, this is my first super chat ever. And then, hello, says Lily. Thank you very much. Hello, your first super chat in the whole of YouTube. I'm honored it could go to me. I think it's, like, cool if I encourage someone to do, like, a YouTube feature like that for the first time. Because it can feel really weird, like, oh, why would I super chat? That's like, you know, what's that even all about? Like, you know, I don't need, I'm under no illusion that he's my friend, and you shouldn't be under any illusion that I am your friend ever. But it's like, yeah, you can shop, I know you exist slightly more than before, and I like you as your default opinion. If you're the president, I'm Monica Lewinsky. Again, I saw it was Feetmaster, but I read it anyway, and I made a mistake. Apparently, the most egalitarian and effective population of any society is no more, than 120 people, so we already failed here. Yeah, no, it's definitely also true that the larger this chat gets, the worse it gets in some ways. Again, I would say better in the sense that it becomes more sustainable for me, so I can do it more. But worse in the sense that it's harder to manage chat. You need more moderators, you need more rules, you need more strict things. Because if you think about it, I've been thinking about rules a lot recently. Because there are a lot of laws that are really stupid, right? Like not being able to twerk on a tree or put ice cream in your back pocket, or whatever else. There's all these kind of silly, when we look at more people's realms, by the way, 2019, probably not too long from now. I've just got to find a fun reason to do it, because people don't like that I roasted all the realms, but it's like, I thought it was fun, and people disagree. People disagree. So, yeah, there's this kind of funny thing to me that, there is a disbenefit, what's the opposite of benefit? My word can't. A downside to all of that. And also the fact that this is, technically speaking, the worst form of governance. But the reason it works is because I am one person. It makes the activity we're all here for slightly easier. And you can, you know, you can't overthrow me. You can't put someone else in my place. But you can have a revolution and decide, you know what, Toy Cat, you went too far. When you banned everyone for saying that, what's a silly thing to ban people for? I'm gonna ban everyone who says the word the. And it's like, I thought that was pretty unhelpful. And there's kind of like there are like forms of powers there, and because it's all voluntary, and because you can leave anytime you like, it's a lot easier. When you're enforcing rules on people, whether they consent to them or not, that's when things get way messier, in my opinion. So, an issue that's come up recently, I won't say the specifics, but let's say there's something everyone does, or most people do, like 1 in 10 people do, that really negatively affects 1% of the population. Make up your mind about what I'm talking about here, if you really want to. I just want to name it, because then it'll make it obvious who I've been seeing about this, or who so if there's something that's really bad for 1% of people, but really fun for 10% of people, or something along those lines, then, you know, should you make that thing banned for the 1%, or should you keep it legal and just be like, well, they've got to deal with it, right? Well, the actual answer is like, on an area-by-area basis, if there are places where there's none of the 1%, then you should never ban it. If there is, then you should have you know, like, there's actually like a correct policy in between, but most people just jump to like, no, everything should be, you know, whose rights do you balance there? And that's the whole point of the thing, like, to balance the rights of competing interests. And in this live stream, I'm kind of balancing the rights of competing interests, but I'm also doing the exact opposite at the same time. Like, the biggest competing interest to me is like, how many people... number 1 is like how much fun I'm having. Number 2 is how many people come to watch. Number 3 is like if it works well on the VODs after. Actually, that might be number 1. And then number 2 is how many people watch, and number 3 is... But you get what I'm saying here. There is also great video. You're the best YouTuber ever. Thank you, Matthew Williams. I do appreciate it. I don't know if I am the best YouTuber ever. Like, I try, like, not to be the best ever, but to make things that are enjoyable to more people than myself. Sometimes I feel really rough and I'm like, I don't know. Like, again, the Ice Project thing, was in love with that as a concept. Thought it was a cool video, spent a long time editing it, went through a lot of time. And it's like, oh, yeah, made a mistake. And maybe that mistake process is what makes me grow faster. But I also sometimes feel like, man, there are some skills that I'm going to have to learn and develop to actually become the best. So, yeah, I don't know, like, balancing interests, it's hard. The way that interests are balanced here is entirely unrelated to you as a person. But you get to have your say, you get to be the 4th level priority, because after those 3 factors, like, fun, views on YouTube, views on the stream, I guess the stream is on YouTube, but you get the point. Then it's like, what does the chat want to see? Even though it has no tangible effect on, also, I'm your first favorite Minecraft YouTuber. How nice, Stompy Kitty Cat. But like, for instance, there's a group of people here. You might even start spotting each other, where it's like, oh yeah, you're a regular. And being a regular, even though it probably doesn't have any, I think it has a lot of value in the sense of like, it keeps the streams consistent from one to the other. I also think that on a different level to that, the trying to keep a certain group of people happy is just like inherently feels good, right? It's not quite a friend relationship, it's quite parasocial, but I start to get to know the tiniest things about you, and then I start to be like, oh yeah, I would like to do the things that are approved of here. And of course those other 3 factors come in first, but that is why this system works, because it's representative only when it needs to be, and people don't want to represent themselves all the time. That's why in every major, even like real democracies and stuff, like, there's a ways of representative involved. Because you don't want to show up to a big building in the middle of your country once every week to vote on things you don't really understand. Because most people don't want to care about the issues. They just don't... Yeah, that's the biggest thing most people want from a system of governance, people doing things together, is just, I don't want to have to care about the nitty-gritty issues. I just want the thing to work. I love you guys. There's a last bit of shook. See how cute. Everyone loves each other here. Well, I mean, not everyone loves each other. There are some people who no one loves. That's you. You watching this right now, live stream viewer? That's you. Everyone else here, they're the people I'm talking about positively. You live a... No, I'm just kidding. You know, you're wonderful. Please don't kill yourself. I'd appreciate that. But no, I think there is a cool thing about that. And that's why this is a horrifically undemocratic system, and yet it works. Because there is a level of representation in there, but it barely comes up, and that's how people like it. Because if you've ever seen, like, no channel works by democracy, I guess. No channel is based entirely off what the viewers want. I don't know, it's kind of weird, right? Kind of weird. So, yup, that's me. See, self-deprecating, funny. I hope you don't actually think it's you. Actually, you're not. Again, there is some portion of people who that probably is true for, but none of them are conscientious enough to think it's them. Also, thank you very much, Lord Meow Sambo. You facepalmed yourself in Minecraft yesterday when you started to glide with your Elytra. Wait, I can show you right now the exact same animation, I think. So let's take the sand, put it over there. So for some reason, when you fly in Minecraft, it just vanishes now. But yeah, a certain angle. There you go, you can see it right there. But yeah, you hit yourself in the face. It's really ridiculous. Why is that a thing? Minecraft bugs. Why are Minecraft bugs a thing? Something Bedrock, am I right? You just got bedrocked. But yeah, it's a whole fun thing. So Cat, place more torches around the coast. Yeah, I think I've got to go back to the coast now. Like, this interior is fun, but let's do the coast a little bit more. Because I think like there are some areas where mobs still might spawn, and we should probably fix those. Oh, also we're out of torches, so let's go restock those first. So let's look for any gaps in this as we go. Always an important thing to do. Oh, there's a bunch of gaps here. Also, if you happen to read this, I'll donate 10 USD next stream, says Beige Gaming GG. So I don't necessarily believe that, and I don't think it should be required. Like, that's not really how these things work, you know? Like, the promise of future... The reason that, like, the promise of future money isn't interesting is because the only reason that super chats work, the reason I accept bribes in this undemocratic system, like this one from Trav the Chav, who just gave £50. Jesus.
Survival. Go to my YouTube live stream if you want to help.
Oh, it was an advertisement. But he gave me £50, so sure. You know, Trav the Chav, check him out on YouTube. He's doing a stream, and you can probably join his game and help. Which, again, I think that's a cool enough thing. I think, like, when you give, like, $1 super chat, it's kind of tacky. No, in fact, it is tacky. It's abusing a system to get self-promotion. That guy, though, it's more like, you know, he wants to get the word out. He's willing to pay some amount. And, you know, that's cool. And if you think it's cool, too, you can show him you do think it's cool. And if you don't think it's cool, then, you know, who thinks anything's cool anymore? Am I right? Also, how are these people doing these animated super chat things? I really want to know. But yeah, also, he did it via Streamlabs, which is even cooler, because then it means the money's not going to YouTube. So there you go. Take my bribe. God damn it, says Loveless Tuck 48. But like, the reason these bribes work, right? The reason I'm literally taking money that allows you to skip the queue, you know, like, that is me enriching myself at the expense of, you know, what could be a meritocracy otherwise. Also, thank you, Baby Carrot, for the $2 super chat. In chat, it looks way better. But the reason that we take what could otherwise be a perfect or very good meritocracy, and we insert elements that are like, hi, I like your videos, says JavaJet. You're welcome. Wait, thank you. I hate when I get the wrong word, because it makes it so insincere. Even though, like, all thank yous are kind of insincere, in my opinion. Maybe my wrong opinion. Actually, are all thank yous insincere, chat? Besides, like, when you really mean it, like, thank you. I don't know. Like, I think thank yous to strangers are always insincere. But, like, they're necessary for the reasons we spoke about in the Let's Play. Anyway, whole thing, whole train of thought. Not going to dive into it now. But, can't wait for a video on this, says Clutch.Kick. So the video was originally called The Worst 2 Hours You Can Spend in Minecraft, and it's gone a lot worse. Oh, Izzy Alice says, hey, Toycat, I got my first paycheck ever, and I'm rich. Bill Gates, look out. Here's the one paying the Toycat tax. So first of all, Izzy Alice, use the Streamlabs link, so, you know, this is the dream. This is someone who has watched live streams and has listened, which is top-notch thing to see. Also, why don't you donate or join Team Trees? I donated $666 the other week. Is that not enough, Mr. the God Man? Do you need more from me? Is that all you want? No thank you about saying thank you. But, yeah, no, there is this rather intriguing thing. Also, thank you, Aiden Strudwick. There's this rather intriguing thing on, I guess, the fact that I let people skip the queue or do a thing. Because I think you kind of... It's like the easiest way to monetize a system that is actually beneficial for everyone, right? Because it's, you know, picking chat questions actually is kind of a hard thing. It takes some of my brain power up when it just comes into me. It saves me that effort. People who are giving money more likely have something they want to broadcast. Sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for bad reasons. But, like, a lot more interesting questions come in with a super chat attached. Because, or the donation, if they use Streamlabs and they're smart, like Izzy Alice, by the way, or Izzy Alice. But, like, these things, it's got a higher chance of being a thing, because if you attach money to something, you do care about it more. Kind of going back to the whole economics thing. I have to get lunch, don't end before I get back, says Zoe Perrin. I got you covered. I'm going to stay until you get back. That's going to be the official end of the live stream now. But no, I'm looking at chat. Why has he killed so many spots? Missed so many spots? It's because I'm deliberately going around the edges right now, just to, like, cover the most ground, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. Also, Toycat, you've probably been asked a lot, but has there reason placing all these torches? Oh, I just don't know how you light up a desert, you know, like... I think you need a lot of torches just to be extra sure, is the official reason on that one. But, yeah, also, Lord Mia Sambo, oh, it's going to show up on screen. But, like, yeah, in general, when people attach a money value to something, they're more careful with it. There's a psychological bias in this too. Like, for instance, if you pay for a gym membership, you're more likely to care about your health because you're paying for it.
Can you please join my realm again and please help suggest ideas on spruce up old areas of my realm without removing the memories? If paying tax meant paying Toycat activating Xbox, I would pay tax every day.
Hey, so first of all, thank you, Lord Meow Sambo. Appreciate the somewhat continual support. Second of all, man, these these cats are still hungry for that chicken. Second of all, let's all get lunch. You misread my last message, but it's okay. If you think about it, every message is slightly misread, because when you take a physical message and turn it into text, you always have to flatten some of the meaning. That's why we have emojis and, like, you know, text talk and stuff to show different meanings. That's why the word K always seems aggressive, even though I can be like, K, sure, K. I'm trying to be like the most friendly K, but one of those should be good, right? One of those probably nailed it. And one of those maybe didn't nail it. Who knows for sure. Why did she leave at IVX Toycat? Is that like an ex-girlfriend thing, maybe? The false based on how many people buy memberships and can never go and can't bring themselves to cancel. No, because the number of people, like, think about it. That shows a thing that you don't go to the gym and then you're like, oh, I pay money for it. I should go to the gym. And even if you don't, it forces like a decision loop. There's a few things I pay for that because I pay for, I kind of feel like I need to do them. Hi, I want to become a commentary YouTuber. Do you have any tips? I know it's not really your thing, but please help if you can. Any tips help.
I would pay you not to donate to Team Trees. Also, I need this money back to pay my heating bill or my kids will freeze. K, thanks.
Man, every now and then someone says that, like, I gave you money and now I would like it back. And I have to be like, so about the way that works is, you know, YouTube actually takes it for 30 days, usually in most cases. And then also, they take 30%. And, like, you know, explain the economics of, like, first of all, you know, even if it was giving me money directly, like cash in hand, it would be rude to give someone money, then have them be thankful for it, and then ask for it back, right? Imagine someone giving someone like a birthday present and being like, actually, I couldn't really afford that. I just wanted to see your reaction. Would be a bad move. I've heard a story, again, like, there's so many like awful Reddit stories that like are probably exaggerations, but are like real enough to be real. Where it's like, oh yeah, my granddad used to get us all scratch cards for Christmas, but he signed the back of them, so if we ever won big, he'd get the money. And it's like, so you employed your family as like scratch card scratchers? I know that's a whole thing. Oh, fun fact, are they called scratch cards in your country, or is it a UK thing? Because I always see in games lottery tickets, and it's like a lottery ticket's like One for the draw, right? Also, but yeah, so Lord Meowsambo, to spruce up a realm, I actually feel your struggle of like, when you have a world that's been around so long, like look at this right here. That's a really ugly build. You can actually see that it's uneven on both sides. It's a really ugly build. No one's a big fan of it. You can look at all these different things and like, no, they're kind of objectively ugly, but the memories kind of stay there anyway. Memories have this bad... Again, so if money has an effect on you, like, to think about something more, I would say memories have, like, the opposite effect, where, like, you are more inclined to keep things around for memories, even if they're bad, which isn't actually a wholly negative thing, I wouldn't say. Like, there are lots of bad things. There's a good statement. There's a lot of bad things. 100% true, too, by the way. But, Scratchy's a scratch-off ticket in the land of the USA. Your hair looks different. I dyed some of it invisible, I believe. Scratch cards, nothing else. All builds are beautiful. All builds are not beautiful. I mean, they are, like, no one can tell you what you can and cannot do. Someone should tell you what you can and cannot do at some point, though. That's my high-quality theory. So I can't make up a Minecraft parody about torches. I'm so sad I couldn't get my one for mountain done in time. Because if... Okay, you know, this is really... You know, yeah, it's arrogant to say. But I'm wrong, so it's okay to know that I'm wrong. But, I had a whole song planned for, like, vote mountains, basically. It was going to be Don't Stop Me Now, but, like, vote mountains now. You know, you'll be having such a good time with snowier snow. It'd be great. I think because the vote was so close, it was won by, like, 100 votes or something like that. I think I would have believed that I was the one who won it. I'd be like, it was my song. It was all my song. So I wish I'd done it so I could feel that. Because sometimes believing lies is better than believing truths. Rarely, you know, usually the truth is where it's at. But sometimes, you know, why not change your perspective, change your mind, change your something along those lines. It might just work out for you. So Java Jet says, hi, I like your videos. I'm sorry to ask, can you answer my question? What is your question? Oh, I want to become a commentator on YouTuber. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, honestly, I don't like that this is probably the best bet nowadays, but I think it is. It used to be you could, like, find a niche or find, like, a searchable thing. Honestly, work out what channels in the field are doing. Try and have your own take on it. Don't do the exact same thing they're doing. But, like, you want to find your spin on a thing that already exists. I voted today. What did you vote for? What elections are happening? Oh my god, by the way. There is a cave hidden under here. That's actually really crazy cool. That just under the dirt, which was under the river, there was a cow the whole time. Ah. Did I say cow? Where did cow come from? It's one of those things where I said it, where I read it as I was saying something, and I got them mixed up. I'm so bad at multitasking. That rhymed. How perfect. I'm really, really bad at multitasking, is one of the things I've discovered over the course of my life. And if I read a thing and I talk to someone at the same time, I just malfunction and do both.
You remember the villager statue in a realm with the city texture pack. That is mine, and the cobble paths were suggested by my dad. What block would be better if he wants a path?
Oh, you mean like... Honestly, it feels like I might have roasted your realm. I'm sorry. Honestly, like, when it comes to pathways, like, you can use most blocks as long as it's not... I feel like cobblestone is never a good block for a build unless it's deliberately awful or deliberately, you know, trying to go for cheap and rustic. Do you have a permit for that sharp haircut? Hey! Show us your hairline right now. One of the things I'm really, like, thankful for is, I have a friend with really fast receding hair. And it's like, oh man, that's a thing guys go through, right? And that's, like, he feels like compelled to bring it up whenever he meets someone as like a fact number one, hair something. And it's like, man, this is rough. This is a whole thing. All of a sudden, like, having long hair goes from being like, oh, your hair's so long and awful, why don't you get it cut so you can look exactly like me and all the other guys, to like, hey, look how healthy I am, look how much hair I have. Isn't this wonderful? I think it is. just under the dirt, which was under the river, there was a cow the whole time. Perfect quote, baby cat. Also, thanks for the tips. Yeah, no, like, again, the real trick to becoming successful, I think, in entertainment, is to take existing working formula, spin it on its head in a way that people enjoy more. Because there's a lot of popular things that have a really nice idea that's surrounded by a lot of things people don't like. But the thing they like is good enough to sustain that. I don't know, let's take these live streams. I'm sure it's 90% dead time to your life. If you listen to this podcast, what have I said that was valuable in the last 20 minutes? Probably nothing, right? But every now and then you're like, oh, he said a funny thing. I'll keep watching for those. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you leave and then you never come back. And these are slowly destroying my self-respect, and I'm selling out for, you know, $2 at a time. One of those two things is true. But, you know, I think every entertainment idiot, like, take the first-person shooter. It's like, there are things about that genre that are very good, and there are things that you wish could be better. Fortnite took it, like, I don't know, about PUBG maybe, and was like, what if it was a first-person shooter, but a 100-player battle royale? It's not first-person, but you get the point. There are lots of improvements you can make to lots of very popular things, and a lot of genres don't improve things, they just make a new spin on it. So have a new spin and improve something, and then pray the YouTube algorithm recommends you, and you'll do good. The paths have been there for 7 years, and need to know what block you think would follow suit. I literally can't remember it right now, so I'd feel bad recommending. But like a new concrete block, if you want to go for something fun and fancy, right? Like concrete, black concrete's always fun, but like pick another color if you like it, blue or red or purple. Hi, I'm a huge fan of streams, but stupid question. Can you say potato 20 times, please? No reason, just please. So their name is Potato. I'm really worried this is going to be used against me, so... Potato, 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 I tried. See, in my head I was saying potato the whole way, and then I started listening to myself, and it's like, wait a minute, some of these words aren't even potato. And then, there you go. Pray to the algorithm, I guess. Yeah, because no one knows how the algorithm works, not even YouTube, it literally is at this point, like, you better pray you find something that an existing video has. Because it can only do A-B comparisons. It can only compare you to other things that exist. Which is something that is not true about a lot of other things. Like, what's a great example of something that doesn't need to compare you? Like, I don't know, if you come up with a TV show plot... Actually, I guess they do compare you, but like... There are some amazing things that aren't like anything that's existed. And it's really hard to compare them. And that's the one thing YouTube's algorithm doesn't do well. That's what I'm saying. Find a thing, make it better. That's probably the best advice in the modern climate. And who knows if that'll work for you. I'm just telling you to do it anyway. Because you know what? It's better that someone does. Also, yeah, by the way, so yeah, I've been having a really good day today. I hope you all are happy for me on that one. Because I actually do have this, like, mental struggle. Like, it is definitely more entertaining. Or, like, I'd probably say more interesting things if things aren't going well. That has to be a fact. Don't know if it is. Gonna imagine it's one anyway. But, well, man. Do we keep mining this dirt, or do we just leave it there? I don't know, let's leave it there for a bit. But, yeah, and then I wonder, like, oh man, what if the secret is not really a thing like that? Because do you ever think about like how some of the like best comedians are like super I think every like good comedian comes from like a really depressed, sad life. Are you a zombie in the daytime because you're on fire? Hey, loving these Minecraft pickup lines. Thank you, Claudia. Is Claudia a real name? I know, like, you know, it can't be a real name. It's got to be a fake. It's got to be an alias. Like how people suggest my real name is not Andrew Andrews. You know, the crazy people that they are. Clearly incorrect on that one. Okay, so chat, I want you to decide where we go next. See, I'm gonna do a democracy decision. This is the benefit to watching live. You're about to decide what part of the desert we light up next. So I'm gonna fly in the sky. Oh, you can't actually see the torches properly. Oh, they've got like a render distance. I didn't realize. Huh. Oh, wow. That is really cool to see, actually. The way they render in. So I'm thinking like this side of the bank is what we're going to call like our limit in a way. So like anything on this side of the river is going to be covered. So I guess we should start like here maybe? Claudia is a real name. Claudia is not a real name. Thank you very much. Don't try and spread this propaganda. Okay, so should we start on the river? You know, the river bank. It's not a river anymore. There's no water. Should we start here? Or should we start around the pyramid and the desert temple? So, river, pyramid, desert temple, here. Just say one of those things and I'll pick one randomly. Are you ablaze? Because you're hot, says Pixel. You know what? You raise a good point. I am quite hot. Should have realized before. Thank you for letting me know. So, Claudia is my brother's boyfriend's name. Ah, it's a guy's name. Trick. River. Why do people want to do the river so badly? Maybe it's just the first option I gave and people are like, you know what, I want to participate. But also I don't know how. So I'm going to go with the first option you say. And that's a valid thing to do in democracy. Also, what's your opinion on the theory that the past never happened and all your memories are fake? Yeah, like, so there's this theory called Last Wednesdayism. The universe could have been created because it's all to make fun of like people who think the Earth was made like 6,000 years ago, because we can see beams of light that must have existed more than 6,000 years, and the logic they can use is, well, when the universe was created 6,000 years ago, or whatever the number is, like, it doesn't actually matter, but when the universe was created, those beams of light were already on their way to us, and they were created in progress. And if you use that logic, you can say, well, humans could be created in progress. If you take your exact set of atoms right now, and you clone them, you would have someone with your exact same memories, because contained in your atoms, again, as wacky as this is, because there's just so many possibilities, contained in your atoms are all your memories. You might think your memories are this ethereal, non-scientific concept. You know, you might think your personality, you know, the things that make you happy and sad, these are all inherent, you know, again, ethereal concepts, to be simple. Are you a Minecraft polar bear? Because you're adorable, but have little practical significance. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get myself a new unemployed girlfriend, and then I'm gonna use that one on her every day until we break up. That's my new plan. Are you Steve after double tapping? Are you Steve after double tapping the forward key because you're dashing? I thought that was gonna. I combined that with this next one. Like, are you a creeper because you make me want to run? Are you Steve double tapping the forward button because you make me want to run? Is like, whoa, this escalated quickly. I'm glad that wasn't the thing though. I'm glad I don't make people want to run. But yeah, no, I love Minecraft pickup lines. You can give them to me all day. You can give me money for them too, and it'll be even better. Also, good to see you, Pit Rose. And also, I wanna finish my point as hard as it is. So the universe could have been created as soon as last Wednesday with all your memories intact. And if that's true, you would have all your memories as a thing. And one of my favorite, and although that sounds crazy on the surface, like, no, I was probably born 24 years ago, and I've probably been experiencing things since then. There's no empirical proof of anything besides this moment. You know, I think, therefore I am. Like, the only thing you can prove with 100% certainty is that right now you are perceiving the world, which currently includes perceiving this live stream. That's the only thing you have absolute proof of. The only thing that you can know for certain is that right now you exist and you can think about the fact that you exist. A second ago is a memory which you remember like it was real, but you don't have anything that ties you there. The future is even more nebulous, but we at least know. Realm name, Epic Fun Realm. Thank you very much, Lord Meow Sambo, for the support even more. But, like, yeah, there's this very strange thing that you can't really prove anything in the past or the future. And that's why my favorite view of the universe. By the way, are you a skeleton? Yes. There's a skeleton inside all of us. Just remember, it might be trying to get out right now. But, yeah, no, so there's, like, my favorite view of the universe is that things don't exist. There is no such thing as matter and physical concepts you can see. the whole universe is just a collection of memories we're all experiencing at the same time. Or rather, even better than this, because it's really hard to imagine other human beings, right? There's that famous problem, I forget what it's called, but it's impossible to prove if any other human is real or a very well-programmed robot. Like, sentience, consciousness, this thing inside here, this magical thing, or what it feels like is magical to you, is impossible to prove, because no one, you can't tell someone else about yours, they can't tell you about theirs. You just have to trust that they're telling the truth when they say, I am a conscious human being, I am a thing that exists in the world. So, man, that's giving me like a mental crisis just thinking about that right now. But I don't know why, like just on the spot I was like, whoa, Jesus. But it is true, and therefore, if you can't prove anyone else exists, you've got two theories. One, you hope they do exist and you believe it that way. Or two, life equals ones and zeros. I mean, life can be expressed as a series of ones and zeros, and therefore you could argue it is a series of ones and zeros. Whether you do or not, it's down to you. Whatever. But because of that, if you believe not, so therefore you could believe maybe no one else exists. But also there's a lot of things happening here that seem intelligent. So what if every single conscious being is you? And you might say, well, but I can't feel them. You can't feel them right now. You're experiencing your life as a linear series of events. What if what life actually looks like is a big blob of experiences that you go to and from at random intervals, but because the memories are all there. You know, if you teleported into my body right now with my memories intact, you wouldn't know you teleported here. You would just be here, right? If I teleport into your body right now, teleport's a bad word, transmorph, then I wouldn't know because all my memories would point to the fact that I'd lived there forever. What if that's happening all the time, forever? It's a stupid theory, because, again, Occam's razor, take away the simplest theory. But it's one that sticks to me, because it's like, what if I am everyone? Because if you believe that you are every single human being ever, if you believe that at some point you will be them, if you believe in reincarnation or something along those lines, then you have a really good interest in treating everyone else well. Because treating others well is just as valuable as treating yourself well. Literally, just different timescales. Also, play Java or eat all your Jaffa cakes. Also, the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42. And are your skeleton because you give me the bonus. Thank you, Pixel. Thank you, the Godman. And thank you, Dexeps. And man, I could do with like a Jaffa cake right now. The problem is you have to buy them by... Oh, God. I started starving to death somehow. You have to buy them by the packet of 10 or something. It's awful. It's awful. I want to be in your body, Toy Cat. I don't know if I like that comment. If you were born in July, you are a living failure. If no nut November. Well, that's me, apparently. I want to go back to backwards Minecraft pickup lines. Hello there, human. It's good to see you all, fellow humans. But, like, isn't it a nice theory to believe that everyone is you, and therefore you should be nice to you? Because everyone has a different definition of who you shouldn't and shouldn't be nice to. Everyone always includes someone in the other group, because that's just what we do as humans, right? Trav the Chav says, can you say subscribe to Chav the Chav so I can use an outro? You should subscribe to Trav the Chav. See, now it sounds a bit like you cut it together in a disjointed way, but anyone who's watched this stream will know it's a fun joke. Hey. But, no, there's this funny thing of like, by the way, thank you for the £50. It's appreciated. I'm gonna use that to buy some video game at some point. It'll be great. I think Need for Speed's coming out on Friday. I don't know if that looks good or not, but that's probably what that'll go on. So you added to my game playing experience. Isn't that nice? But, what's a Jaffa cake? I don't speak British. Oh, you don't know what Jaffa cake is? My favorite fact about Jaffa cakes. We're gonna pivot from existential crisis to Jaffa cakes, because in every single European country, it's a big difference between the US and Europe. We don't have sales tax, we have VAT. It's a lot higher, but it's built into everything. So when you buy something that's £1, 20p of that is tax. But it's built into the product price, so it works the opposite of sales tax. Like, they don't add it on, they take it away. So, so VAT is charged on almost everything. Because of EU regulations, the EU gets, like, 1/6 of their money from VAT. Like, I think it's 0.3% of every single product bought goes to the EU. Long story short, skip all of that. But yeah, so because there are EU regulations on what you can and can't put VAT on, you can only have so many items in a category that you don't pay tax on. One of those items is cakes. Don't ask me why it's cakes, but the pickup line. Oh, by the way, Trav the Chav says thank you, Big G. You're welcome, man. So one of the categories is cakes. Oh, this is a thing actually. You know, can I rant with Toycat? If we're talking about VAT anyway, like we've done this really is the finance stream, isn't it? Speaking of finance stream, thank you, Elizabeth Shook. Are you a turtle? Because I want to harvest your eggs. I don't think I should have said that one out loud, but you know, it's true. I want to harvest any and all of your organs. I have to eat dinner. Don't stop streaming for another 30 minutes. I think that's roughly when I do intend to stop streaming, because I'm going to run out of torches soon. And when I run out of torches, can't place more torches in the desert if you don't have a torch or a desert. Those are sadly the facts. Also, I have met the same birthday as you with the last name Andrew. Maybe your mate is me in disguise. Maybe he's hiding his identity. Love your content, says Naforix. Hey, thank you very much, man, Mr. Naforix. Wait. You got a tick by your name? How many subscribers do you have? Oh, 142,000. Wow, that's cool. I know it had to be more than 100,000, but like, you know, you get an ego boost being like, yeah, people like you and then you like me. That means that I basically have 142,000 subscribers. That's definitely how that transaction works. Coal mining stream. I'm trying not to use coal, I'm trying to use charcoal. So I might literally have to do a wood chopping stream just so I can do another torch placing stream. But you know what, that'd be worth it. That would totally be worth it. Eggs aren't organs. They're bodily matter that's limited and you only have some of. Yes. But yeah, it's cool that you like the stuff, Mr. Naforix. But yeah, so let's go back to man, I lost it. It's Jaff Cakes. So in the EU, there are only some in any EU country. You're not an enemy because I die from rain. So there's only so many things you can put in VAT categories that you can put outside of it. So you have to pay VAT on everything in the UK, besides some very small categories. This is why when people go through this whole thing of like, oh, tampons are actually charged as a luxury and you pay the luxury tax in the UK. No, you pay the tax. The one tax on every single goddamn good, you know? Like, it shouldn't be that the case, but again, it's like EU law, not UK law. They can't actually do anything about it. They don't even take the money themselves. They donate it to women's shelters or whatever. Like, oh no, I hate having to pay tax that is mandatory by law, and that tax goes to help, you know, I think it is homeless women's shelters. Oh, what a terrible thing. It's a luxury tax. That's not what luxury taxes are. If it's a luxury tax, then I paid the luxury tax on this can of Pepsi. Actually, wait, is a can of Pepsi luxury? Tastes like luxury to me. I like Big Fat Blank. Me too. Actually, yeah, that's a good question, chat. Do you think Pepsi is a luxury? I actually am curious. I think I picked a bad example, but I'm not sure I picked a bad example. Here's my YouTube Premium free super chat, my Lord Toycat. Wait, it's $4.99 now. I thought it was $1.99, Mr. Creeper Pow. They're $4.99? That's crazy. Yeah, no, so there's this fun thing. Yes, no, Coke is. Oh, so you're saying this is a luxury? What's this? Toycat drinking Coke and Pepsi on the same stream? I really like drinking Coke, only after I've had Pepsi Max or like another zero sugar drink for a long time. Just because, like, it's the only drink in the UK that has the normal amount of sugar anymore. So I get my sugar addiction filled that way. Pepsi is a luxury. It's not a luxury. Pepsi is a luxury for Pepsi Man and Senpai. I'm drinking Dutch chocolate milk. Oh, Chocomel, right? Chocomel. Coca-Cola. No, that's Coke. Okay, there's a big war about Pepsi versus Coke. Should have just said generic cola brand number one. But no, yeah, I find it really interesting that like that some things are exempt. It's a very small list of things that, like, I think I don't pay VAT on my heating bill, but I do on my water bill. It's like really, it's a weird thing. Like, again, whatever, you know, taxes in Europe, you know how it is, right? So one of the interesting things about that is that cakes don't have VAT attached, but biscuits do. And Jaffa Cakes, they tried to legally argue that Jaffa Cakes were in fact cakes and weren't in fact biscuits. Or maybe they argued that they were. No, yeah, it was trying to argue, because again, biscuits you have to pay 20% tax on. You don't have to for Jaffa Cakes. They could effectively make their product 20% cheaper. And they won the case by some really weird thing. And it's like an example of like UK precedent of like, oh yeah, all you've got to do is prove some really stupid stuff. And, you know, you'll win a thing. Isn't that nice? Are you a wooden sword? Because I have no use for you. That'd be better with wooden hoe, right? Just saying. I don't know about in the UK, but in the US, many items considered necessary, such as fresh produce, are exempt from tax. So people are accept that it's not being recognized as necessary. Yeah, no, that was the thing I was saying, though. The reason it's not recognized as necessary is... Oh, are we out of charcoal? Okay, we're gonna make a little bit more charcoal right now. Throw that in there. And then we're going to go get bamboo to use as sticks instead. Because you can turn bamboo into sticks, fun fact. It's going to be an inefficient way to use fireworks, but that's my life right now. But no, the thing I was trying to say is, like, there are only some categories. So even if the UK government wants to not charge tax on biscuits, they legally can't, you know? That's not within their jurisdiction. It's an EU jurisdiction thing. And even on the EU, like, again, I'm trying to get something to move on that. You'd set a weird precedent about things. So because of that, that's why it can't be exempt. Because I'm sure you probably don't pay VAT on vegetables here either. I don't know for sure. Jaffa Cakes are a cake because they go hard when stale. Biscuits go soft when stale. Check and mate. Oh man, I love soft biscuits, by the way. Like, controversial opinion right here. But soft biscuits, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Are you a cake because I want to place you down and eat you in pieces? You're not. To each their own, I guess. To each their own. Can't stop you from thinking that, I guess. Are you a phantom because you're so high? Are you a phantom because I haven't slept in 3 days and now you're really high? Place a random redstone torch during this stream, then challenge the viewers in future stream to post the position of the redstone torch in chat. That's a really good but also terrible idea. But like I like it a lot, I just don't think it works. So thank you very much. But also no thank you very much. Yeah, how you like that? So we're going to take all of the bamboo, which is quite a lot actually, and we're going to make some sticks of it. Also the bamboo around here, which probably should have taken already, but whatever. And then you take bamboo, 2 bamboo because 1 stick. And now look at all the sticks we have. This is my permanent solution. 2 bamboo. Oh, and then there's a bunch in the hopper over here too. So we just have to... I can't. Come on. Okay, wait. Can you actually grab the hopper itself? You can. Okay, there's 33 in there for some reason. And now we got even more sticks. And that was a mildly inefficient way to do things, but it's fine. Are you a Minecraft cat? Because you keep running away from me, but all I want to do is keep you in my house forever. Ah, see now that answers the question from before about why my relationship ended. Apparently, keeping someone in your house against their will is kidnapping and not a healthy way to build a dialogue to fix relationship issues. Crazy people, am I right? Imagine calling cookies biscuits. Couldn't be me, American gang. See, the thing is, we have the word cookies as well. Okay, controversial take here. So, I didn't know that Americans knew the word autumn until a week ago. I sometimes speak to someone who's American. Sometimes I speak to other people who are American too. It's a crazy world I live in. But, also, Coke bad, Sprite good, you missed my donation, says hashtag turtle. Are we doing Minecraft pickup lines again? Are you observer? Because you should stop staring at me, it's creepy. I got you, man. But, yeah, to... should we get some wood? There's gotta be some around here, right? Yeah, I reckon over at my wood factory I'm gonna have some wood in a chest. I can take with me. Do you still have the tea tax? I'm sure you pay VAT on tea. Actually, wait. I'm gonna Google that now for you. UK VAT on tea. They are 0 rated items. So fun fact. But bottled water does have a tax on it, which is wacky. So you pay tax on water, but not on tea and coffee in the UK. Oh, also, you could take that the other way and be like, well, you pay tax on tampons, but not not on tea and coffee. But I'd argue one of those things is more necessary than the others. There you go, controversial. It's obviously a joke, but controversial take of the day. Put that inside of something else. And, you know, deal with it. So I'm going to chop down a tree while I'm here, so this wasn't an entirely pointless trip. Because, yeah, we could do an entire stream of tree chopping. I think we're going to have to at some point, right? It's just a thing we're going to need to do. Because we'll also get a bunch of sticks, actually. Oh, let's take the sticks, because I'm sure there were sticks in that chest that we need to go through. There were no sticks in the chest. I made that up, apparently. But yeah, so here's the thing about... I learned that in the US, they use the word autumn as well as fall. Like, I always heard the word fall and was like, what does that mean? Eventually realized, oh, it's autumn for some reason. It's the fall season. And then when I learned that like they use both words, it's like, that's actually better. I think using more words allows you to be more descriptive, right? In general. So the reason I like the UK system better is because we have biscuits, and then we have cookies, which are a distinct category within biscuits. Like, you can get cookies, but biscuits are a different thing. And I think what we have as biscuits just aren't common as America. We call it full because leaves fall down. That's terrible. Also, please tell me the best thing about the USSR, says Samantha Rarug. I think it was really important for Europe to have one country fall to communism. Because a lot of countries were on the edge. And I think having one go down is like, oh, that's why we should care more about our people, you know? And all of the horrors it caused? No, I'm just kidding. You know, 35 million deaths. Worth it, you know, because at least the people who were alive were equal. I mean, the dead people are equal too, right? Can't have inequality of wealth if you don't have wealth because you're dead. Checkmate. Whatever the opposite of communist would be. Something about this tastes wrong, by the way. Like, this tastes slightly garlicky to me. Whenever I cook with garlic, all I can smell is garlic for like days, and I know it's my fingers or something like that, but it still bothers me. It bothers me a lot. We have biscuits; they're just savory scones. Oh yeah, the American biscuits are a hilarious thing. That's true. That is true. I forgot about that, but I remember now, and it is hilarious. Toy cats falling for autumn. But yeah, another example would be. Americans just call it candy. In the UK, we call it sweets and chocolate. Like, I actually think there are some words that work better after you flipify them or whatever, and there are some words that don't. That's my complex, middle-of-the-road opinion. Hope you all enjoy it. So yeah, we're really, really low on charcoal now. This is our last batch of torches for the day. And then it's over, everyone. And then it's all done. You're seeing right now the end of an era. And then we're going to have to go do a whole thing. So I've heard you defend socialism, sort of. Oh, I do not defend I don't not defend socialism. I'm not a fan of socialism. I don't think it's the ideal... I don't think it's the most efficient way to allocate capital. I think you need some socialist principles in the country to keep people from wanting to burn it down, though. You know, I'm a practical person. You know, even if the most efficient way to run a country was X, if X made people burn down the country, it wouldn't be the most efficient way to run the country anymore. This is why people always point to like the, you know, like, oh yeah, if you had no laws, well then you'd also have no age of consent laws, and like, oh yeah, that's bad. We should keep those. Or like, you know, it's mostly like keep currency moving freely, right? So in your latest video, you pronounce Z as Z instead of Z. Z instead. Z. I can't look at the words and say. I say it the American, not the British way. Z instead of Z, right? Yeah, no, because I live on the internet and I make all my livings on the internet and all my money on the internet, which is how I make a living. So like all my first jobs before YouTube, I had to basically work for Americans. Like that's where's the money out on the internet? It's with the Americans. Fun fact. And so yeah, one of the parts of that, one of the interesting parts of that, is like whenever I wrote something, it needed to be in slightly American. Like, I know, I kind of like to believe there's something called international English. There are some things about American English that sucks. There are some things about British English that sucks. Let's combine the best of both. Drive through, spell it with the ow sound, you know? Drive through looks ugly. You know? Center probably does make more sense that the E comes before the R. Like, there's a billion examples of things like that. Like, Z does sound nicer than Z. Actually, I like Z too, but like, Z. It makes the alphabet rhyme, like, W, X, and Y, and Z is better than Z. I don't know. Z's a better name for a person. Z's a better thing for a thing. What other Americanisms have you adopted, though? I don't know them all on the spot, because they just come up every now and then I'm like, ah, I say the wrong one, I guess. It's literally how it is. Because that's how my life works, I guess. Would abandoning an 8-year-old world that's... Oh, I'm going to America in 3 days, 4 days? 3 days as of 30 minutes from now. So I'm gonna like work out the Americanisms I have. Like, again, a lot of people don't even notice them. I don't notice them. It's just whenever you try to do the UK-US differences, something comes up. Now I've learned my ABCs. See, that's why you need to have headphones in when you play. Even when you're doing something pretty safe. You don't know when a creeper's just going to show up. Try and mess you up. So, what's your opinion of goldfish? Trash tier animal. Trash tier. That's my opinion. If it isn't a desert, what is it, says Joshua Rooney. I think it's a forest biome. I'm not actually sure, because it's really hard to check correctly. I hear a drowned. Where do I hear the drowned? Does anyone see the drowned? Oh, there he is. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure he's not going to sneak up on me. Because I hate drowned tridents. Like, easiest way to get wrecked is one of those. Goldfish are good. People just mistreat them. No, okay, honestly, fish is a pet. Like, it's like saying, what's your favorite food? I like flour. And it's like, I mean, technically a food, I guess. But also, you're wrong. Bad choice. You know? I don't know. That's just my kind of take on this. The Thanksgiving invitation still stands, by the way. Just no talking about licking eyeballs at the table. Politics is fine. Oh no, that is my deal breaking point. I totally need to be able to do it that way. Actually, send me a message just for curiosity. Again, I highly doubt that I will come for Thanksgiving. But send me like a message somewhere, like confirming where you actually live, because I have a suspicion that it's a thing, right? You don't eat raw flour. I actually did it. I ate raw flour recently. Or I think I had it mixed with water. I've been learning to cook. I've had someone who knows how cooking works teaching me how that's been going. And one of the things was mixed flour with water and was like, this looks tasty. It's not tasty. Flour is very bland. Where in the US? I guess I can say... I'm always like... there are some details you should be cautious, KG, about. I am going to the Vegas. It's going to be great fun. Are you a furnace? Because I want to put my meat in you. And then wait for it to warm up, question mark. You know, I can't fault that as a dream. So yeah, we really are... Oh wait, did I grab glass? What did I grab? The sand? What did I just do? Oh, the buckets. Okay, we're good. So we'll put the sand back in here. Actually, we'll put the sand up there. Like, why not? Might as well smelt it now. We'll smelt some of this sand too, actually. Oh, we can't. So yeah, we're in the sad situation where we're just waiting for charcoal to smelt now. Which is the worst situation to be in. So while we do that, let's just try and find spots around here. Chat, tell me if you can spot... Oh, I can see one right there. We're going to try and spot all the blank spots while we wait for the last of these to smelt. Oh god, there's so many around here. How do you sing the British alphabet ending? X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you play with me? I don't know how it goes. Whatever. That's why I think Z rhymes better. But I think Z is majestic in its own way, you know. So you gotta balance those two things a little bit. It's really hard, is what I'm saying. It's really hard. How often do you die in this world? It's been a long time since I died. I get creeper explosions more than I care to admit, though. I get those a lot. Next time, won't you sing with me? Okay, apparently everyone knows. Everyone knows the alphabet song. Flex on me that way, why don't you? Maybe I want people to play with me. Maybe that's what I want. Maybe I don't care about this singing nonsense. Maybe you're forcing your oppressive value system on me. You ever think about that? Yeah, you should think about it. Okay, there's a spot missing here. Oh, on here. Okay, it's really hard for me to spot these, okay? I don't know why it is, but like, the last of these gaps are going to annoy me forever. Well, they're not going to annoy me forever. They're going to annoy you. So why do I care about them, actually? But chat, okay. Tell me if you can see a gap without a thing. My ear is so itchy right now. Is itching your ear impolite? Like, putting your finger in there, giving it a yank. Torches are just enslaved fire. It's not wrong. Is this impolite? Oh, I'm just wiggling it around. I'm not... Oh. So, YNZ, now you're documented dead. Next time, won't you take your meds? It's definitely the UK way of saying it. Just gonna slide a thing. Sweaty pits. Is it sweaty? I don't think that was... Wait, is that sweaty? I don't actually know if that... Oh, wait, that is sweaty. Oh, how embarrassing. This is why you don't wear a white t-shirt. Pro tip. But yeah, so hopefully our furnace is done now. It's not even close to done. Dirt blocks on the right. Okay, dirt blocks on... Oh, yeah, I can see those now. Gaps on the right. Let's do it. Let's fill in this... Oh, there's a... there's actually quite a lot of gaps over here. On the dirt, toy cat. So, we don't want to see your armpits. Oh, what's that, Mohammeduddin? You want to see my armpits some more? Oh, here's my armpit. I hope you like it. Oh, yeah, double armpit. No, this is awful. I had a friend who used to panic so hard about armpit sweats. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not good. I don't want them. I try to avoid them if I can. But I had a friend who was like so worried he'd like always go into the bathroom, like try and rub them down. And here's a valuable lesson. If you're young, never show that you care about something too much, because people will make fun of you for it. Which is sad, because he was like being so careful to not present something negative to the world, and as a result, he got made fun of and basically presented something negative to the world by caring that he cared about things. And if that's not beautifully tragic, I don't know what is. Okay, there's a block there. There's one here. It's so hard. I don't know. My brain is just not spotting the gaps. It's just, I have to like check every block manually. It's a whole thing, okay? Okay, I can see some gaps in the torches over here now. Let's check this hole. Yep, there's one missing there. Okay, we're doing pretty good otherwise. One more. Is there one more? Okay, let's try. Let's look. Where's this one more block? Oh, there we go. We got it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. So now we'll look around here. Look to the right. Look to the right. Look to the right. And keep on doing it over and over again. You know, I don't see any more gaps here now. Oh, wait. Over here. Somewhere. No, gaps are just appearing and disappearing. Like, my brain's looking too hard for them now. It's not good. It's not where I want to be. This is not the high quality content you subscribe for. Actually, it is. It's better than you deserve. That's my opinion. Me staring at torches and doing nothing. That's too good for you, subscribers. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one last like big. We're gonna do one last like big push on placing the torches, and then we'll call it a day. And then we'll have to go to another tree chopping stream. Then we'll have to smelt some more. It'll be a whole thing. It'll be great. Hey, thank you, Elizabeth Shook. Since you asked, the dinner would be held somewhere in Northern California, wine country. Also, how would I message you? Oh wait, wine country. In movie shows, Napa Valley. Am I right? How would you message me? A message on like, if you tweet me, then no one's gonna like, you know, again, like if you send, I think tweeting's probably the best way to reach me. I think Facebook messages are a thing. I also, like whatever it is, just like, I'm curious, you know, you gotta satisfy my curiosity. Twitter's the one I'd recommend. If you feel comfortable sharing it, which I don't know if you should, but now would be good too. But like, just yeah, like if that's a thing you shouldn't share on the internet, then maybe do it in a more private place. Because I'm just so curious. But are you a water bucket? Because I want to be holding you. I mean, you should always be holding a water bucket, and you should always be holding me close to your heart. So I'm glad we got those two things in order. What's your opinion on Fermi's paradox? I think it's a good paradox. No, I really do. I think like everyone, I think people who say that aliens have come to Earth are stupid, but I think people who think there are no aliens anywhere in the universe are just as stupid. Like, oh, yeah, you know about the whole universe, do you? You know, can't even clean under your bed, but you think you know what's on the other side of the galaxy? No, you don't know that, do you? You see that arrow just despawn right now? And that one too. Huh. What's your opinion on sushi again? This is the same guy as last time. Oh, sushi's the best. Buy me sushi. Don't buy me sushi. I don't want sushi from strangers. Yeah, sushi's my favorite thing. The problem is though, now I've been to Japan, like sushi sucks sometimes outside of that country. It's like a real problem, right? So yeah, I want to get some more sushi from the home of sushi. And I guess I have to go to the home of sushi to do that, don't I? Guess I'll do that sometime soon. Sounds like a fun day trip to me. Head to Japan, get some sushi in, head back. There's sushi at the airport, you know? Save yourself. Just get back on the round trip flight. Bring the sushi with you. Wait, there's probably sushi in one of the planes, right? That's got to be a thing that exists. Buy gas station sushi. Man, okay, I actually do recommend, if you've never had sushi, try, yeah, gas station sushi, grocery store sushi, whatever you call it in your place. Like, if you live in the UK, Tesco sushi. It's, like, so okay, but it introduces you to a concept that's like, oh, this is fun, this is interesting. And then you can, like, climb the ladder of, like, good things. Whereas, this is actually why I think being rich must suck. So, one of the problems with having an infinite amount of money is that you'd never, like, climb the tier of things. Like, if you were born and, like, you know, your parents had a ridiculous amount of money, you'd never need to know what okay sushi tasted like, because you'd just get the best, right? You would just get the best. But, like, in my life, I've gone from, like, oh, wow, spending £2 on sushi is insane. Like, that, it was already a treat there, to, like, oh, yeah, this is mid-tier sushi now. This is, like, stuff that comes from a dedicated sushi store. Wasabi, you know, like, I've climbed, and it's like, oh, and then you go to Japan, where it's a little bit more expensive, but they know what they're doing. They have the craft, they're everything in there. And then you go to a really good place there, and it goes up another level. And it's like, imagine just going at that top level, never having a progression. The first sushi I had was from H-E-B, and it was delicious. That's the Texas grocery store, right? Yeah, look at me. I know my regional chains in America. What a super genius I am. Also, I just made bone meal. Oops. Salmon, says Autimama. I love salmon. Like, I love salmon too much, to the point of my detriment, in fact. But, well beyond my detriment too, actually, as well. Love me some salmon. Best thing. Best invention. You know, whoever invented salmon, they should win some form of award. But yeah, so, I think we did some pretty good work today. We've got more torches we've got to do more things with. We're going to have to do it. This is the last thing. We literally will have to do a whole tree chopping stream, probably tomorrow. And then on Friday, because on Thursday we've got something else planned. Then on Friday, we'll do a final finishing the torches in the desert stream. And then we'll be good. It'll be nice. Also, yeah, little sketchy posting your address on Twitter. Oh, no, not address, just city. Just town, city, large place. That's all I'm asking for. Don't ever post your address to anyone on the internet. Except your landlord. They can know your address. Except if someone's coming to replace your floors, they can have your address because they need to know where the floor's going. Everyone else, keep your address hidden. But no, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. I am now in front of a cave. So no, yeah, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I want to do one of these things at the end of the videos where I appear and all of a sudden, like, I'm real and I'm big. Thank you for showing up. These, like, things are like, November's going to be a rough month for the channel, I think, in terms of, like, numbers. So the people who are hardcore and make this whole thing possible, that's really cool. There's a lot of cool things coming up that I hope you enjoy. Some of those are stupid streams, as I've just listed. I think I'm streaming tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. And some of those, oh, I have to go back for it to see the donation. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. See, that's okay. Really, something really specific, not too specific, so it's fine. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for this thingamajiggy, because I'll see you in another thingamajiggy. I'd love to see you talk about sushi for 4 hours. Please, I'd love to watch that. I'll go to Japan and eat sushi for 4 hours. It'll be great. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.